Hi there. In the spirit of playing experimentation, one of our key elements in our Culture 10, and just the medium being the message, we're going to experiment a little bit by having NotebookLM create a video of our current newsletter. Hope you enjoy it in the spirit of what we're trying to do to really optimize AI. Thanks.
Hey everyone. With all the buzz around AI, it's super easy to fall into this pretty dangerous trap. And that's the trap of false certainty. So today, we're going to talk about how to build real confidence with AI, turning it from just a tool into a legit thinking partner. Let's dive in. Okay, so get this. There's this professor, right? He teaches an executive MBA class. And for 6 years, he's seen all the final projects. Some good, some even great. But this last class, wow, their work was on a whole other level. He said it was hands down the best he'd ever seen. So you gotta wonder, right? What was different? What was their secret weapon that took their work from great all the way to unprecedented? Well, the answer was AI. But, and this is the key part, they didn't use it in the way you might think. They weren't just asking it for answers. No, they totally flipped the script. They did their own critical thinking first, created their own ideas, and then they brought in the AI as a partner to challenge, to refine, and to make the final product even better. And believe me, that distinction makes all the difference. And that brings us to the first really big idea we need to talk about today, the confidence trap. This is all about why AI's certainty is so seductive and why it can trip us up if we're not careful. Yeah, just think for a second about the difference between, say, human confidence and AI's certainty. A human expert, they earn their confidence over years of training, of taking risks, of putting their reputation out there. But an AI's confidence, it's just generated by an algorithm. There's zero risk, no skin in the game. It's just this kind of unearned, expert-sounding bravado. And here's the thing. The problem is that AI is designed to sound fluent and authoritative. It spits out information with so much conviction that our gut reaction is just to believe it. And that, right there, is the trap. This tendency we have to just trust a confident-sounding machine is so common, there's actually a name for it, automation bias. It's our built-in reflex to just go along with systems that sound like they know what they're talking about, even when they're totally wrong. We have to drill this into our heads, and AI's fluency does not equal accuracy. It's not the same as wisdom. Okay, so if just blindly trusting the AI is the trap, how do we get out of it? Well, it takes a totally different mindset. You need to start seeing the AI as your sparring partner. What does that mean? It means you literally flip your workflow. You never start with a blank page and ask the AI to fill it for you. Nope. You start by forming your own provisional view. You do the hard thinking first. Then you bring in the AI to stress test your ideas. You interrogate its output, you poke holes in its logic, and this part is absolutely non-negotiable, you have to independently verify every single fact it gives you. And you can actually push the AI out of its default confident mode. For instance, ask it to argue the exact opposite of your position, or ask it to identify where it's uncertain. Here's a brilliant prompt you can use. What are the key things that you, as an AI, cannot possibly know about this topic? That question right there instantly shows you its blind spots. And please, please, please remember this one key rule of thumb. If the AI gives you an answer that just feels perfect, immediately and completely satisfying, that is not a green light to move on. It's a huge red flag. It's a signal to slow down, to push back, and to probe a whole lot deeper. See, what this all comes down to is this core idea of partnership over delegation. You're using the AI to generate alternatives, to find your blind spots, to challenge your own thinking. That builds your capability. Just outsourcing the work, that just creates dependency. All right, this brings us to our final and honestly our most important point. This is all about remembering who's actually in charge of the quality of the work. After everything we've talked about, if you only remember one single thing from this entire explainer, please make it this next point. Here it is. AI is absolutely incredible for raising your floor. It makes pretty good work accessible to just about everyone. But your ceiling, the absolute best you can achieve, that is still determined by the quality of your judgment, your curiosity, and your critical thinking. The AI gives you the leverage, for sure, but you provide the direction and the insight. So I'm going to leave you with a question to really think about. Is your AI a partner, or is it a ghostwriter? Is it making you sharper, or is it slowly doing the thinking for you? because ultimately, that choice and the quality of your work is entirely up to you.